Hopefully. Never used to work when we recorded in Audition. Hello.
I'm live.
Hey. Good evening. Welcome.
We've
to
got
Here We
something
Crow.
very special coming up for ya.
Episode 119.
Weirdly, he didn't write back to me, Nuz. I can't believe it.
Kane does not respond to minnows like us.
No, he does if he's proving them wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you hear us, guys?
Hello.
It's important.
Yes, the audio is coming through, by the way, because I did hear it.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Ratkins is on there. They should give him a game this week. Bring him in for Willie.
It's covered up by the chat, but I put the Thunderpower thing from the trailer in the top corner as well.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason that popped in my head.
Yep, Quirky says yes.
Willie's going to play.
Willie's going to play?
Well, he hasn't.
Oh, Lizzie.
Or made tracks?
No, I saw in a report tonight. It said that they're like, nah, we will work it out. It's fine. Oh, no. Crap, we need to go.
Are you talking about Willie? Yeah, you just need to apologise for that. It doesn't matter. If you apologise, the friends in Darwin will go away.
All right, are we ready?
You tell me.
Oh my goodness, that was episode 119. We're done. See you later.
Thank you, Saxman Matt, Sammut.
Matt Sammut. Some people have these like crazy guests on the show. We nailed it tonight for 119. We got Matt Sammut. Thank you, Matt, for coming on. I'm Dan. This is episode 119 of Here We Crow. Welcome, Ben.
Thanks, Dan.
Welcome, Lauren.
Hi.
Sam's just got to adjust the camera. He'll be back. And welcome Nuz, who's here as well. He's just going to jump
on
on
the
Sam's
edge.
mic.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Yes.
Yeah. Sam will bring the mic over now too. He's doing all the producing. It's happening. What? It's all happening.
This is a huge week in podcasting history,
It's a
especially.
fair old jump of our production qualities. From normal.
Really is. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Adelaide Crows, for lending us the Saxman for
Yeah.
the evening.
He even brought us a 119 cake. What a gentleman. If he hangs around, he might jump on a mic for some special comments at some point too. So
Yeah, he absolutely will.
thanks, Matt.
Thanks
Our
for
production
coming,
qualities
Matt.
are better than footy furnace, aren't they? So
Yes. But no, we are excited to be here for episode 119. There was definitely no padding of episodes to get to this number in this week, being Showdown week. We've got heaps to talk about. The Crows, a 10-goal belting of Carlton on the weekend. Did we
Whoop,
see
whoop.
that coming?
Yeah, of course.
I don't think
We
I
all
did.
tipped him.
Did I? No, I did not.
You weren't here, so you don't count.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't count.
Yeah, sure, I tipped them, yeah. And huge week coming up with the Showdown. We've got Nuz here to talk about the SANFL as well and how things are going there. Another win from the SANFL Crows over the weekend. But first, we have the stat man, Ben. Do we have his jingle? Wait for it. Wait.
Oh, I bet you.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll do
have you
that.
added it? Sorry, I don't know what he's done.
Seamless.
It's
Bit,
Seamless.
all over the place. No, I did not
Just
pay it
talk-
off my phone.
Just talk amongst yourselves. No, it's all right.
You didn't put it in the drive. Sorry.
It's my fault.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we blame you.
Yeah, thanks.
That's what
Cheers. Hey, Josh. Just while we're padding out,
There were some good comments in here, actually, about Matt.
I can see
Kate
that
said we've peaked.
We have
This
to.
is it.
Oh, downhill from here.
that's
Yo,
and
Av,
as
Saxman.
evidenced by us not being able to find the Statman song.
Josh said Bleeding Gums Murphy.
Kirk Pengilly,
Vardy said nice bit of growl there. Yeah, nice.
brilliant.
Oh, fuck. It's way too far up in the chat, Dan. Why didn't you save it?
It's all right. Ben can just
Oh,
go.
there it is.
Oh, hang on. It's coming.
No, it's not even working.
Ben, just go.
All right. Well,
I wasted all that time and didn't even do it.
we started on a high, didn't we? So that's continued. Anyway, 119. So debut player. Oh, you'd all know this guy, Hayden Skipworth.
Oh,
I was going to say Vardy Magic
No,
knows.
Vardy's already in the chat.
There you go.
With the debut player.
So 44 games for us, 2001 to 6. Initially played for us, got delisted, came back as a rookie. And then he played a bit of SANFL. I think went maybe in his last year with us. He was best on ground in the 06 SANFL Grand Final for Woodville West Torrens. I had a friend when I went through uni. He was doing physio with me, and he was in that grand final.
Oh, yeah.
We all remember Ryan Potter, don't we?
Yeah.
Tough as old boots, I think.
Pots.
I remember someone saying at one point.
Pot dog.
Yeah, Potsy.
There's a guy, one of the contestants on Alone Australia is a former Woodville West Torrens Premier player.
Okay.
It's true. I don't know.
not Potsy, is it?
Was it?
It's not Potsy.
Did he seem as tough as old boots?
Well, he's starving, but he's sticking it out pretty
Okay.
good so far.
Maybe. Don't know.
I'll have to ask Nuz after.
Is it hard as a cat's head? Is it?
No, he was more tough as old boots than Cat's Head. But yeah. Anyway, so that's, Ryan Potter. Good for him.
Indeed.
Post football. So after being delisted by us, he played a little bit in Bendigo. Then he did come back for a bit of a comeback with Essendon for 11 games. And then post football, for the first time in 3 weeks, I couldn't find a legal case that he was presenting against somebody, but he's done a lot of coaching. So he was, from our website, it said he was an assistant coach with us for a bit, coached a couple teams in Bendigo, became a Bombers assistant coach, moved across to Collingwood in 2020. He's now their assistant coach, senior assistant coach there, and he was highly touted as one of the shortlisted guys for the West Coast job last year. So
Right.
that's Hayden Skipworth, been a busy man.
I was surprised he only played 44 games. I felt like he's around a while.
He's one you remember, don't you? But yeah, there you go.
Thanks, Vardy. It's SANFL star Ben Grieger.
Griggs.
Greeks, not Potsy.
Yeah, sounds like a bit of a low budget version of a Potsy to me, but sure. Oh well. Now, 2019 season, geez, it's good to get into these. So, do we remember where we finished in 19?
13th.
14th.
16th.
11th.
Oh, it's 11th.
Oh,
Hey.
There you go.
Nice.
Yep, 10 wins, 12 losses. Club champ.
11th.
It wasn't Paul Seedsman.
Club champ
Rory
2019,
Laird.
Rory Laird.
19? No.
can we have the initials?
Feels like a long time ago.
Well, someone has guessed.
Riley O'Brien. No, that was the next year, wasn't it?
No, you're not even getting close. It's Brad Crouch.
Josh got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I said that last year.
Yeah,
didn't I?
you said it when it was Matt Crouch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. Leading goal kicker,
Taylor Walker.
it was Tex.
Yes, finally.
43 goals. So,
I've said Taylor Walker for the last 4 weeks.
think
I finally got it right.
you should be pretty confident moving forwards. So. Now, interesting to me facts. I didn't really want to think about it too much, but ongoing camp fallout, lots of, we're going to expose this, that and whatever. Alex Keith won one of the Showdown medals.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Nice.
that's a bit different.
Is he retired?
Oh,
Yeah, I think
Yes.
he has, I
Yeah,
think,
last
yeah.
year.
Yeah, last finished off. It was the year of our coaching changes. So Pike resigned, Campo and Burton left
the
the
year
scene.
of that interview on the was it on a Saturday or something
I think-
weird?
Oh.
It was on the weekend. I was working,
Yeah.
and it just ruined my whole week.
I think
Yeah.
you'll find that was that flawless interview that
work.
answered all the questions we were wondering.
Like
So-
Brett Burton,
1:30
everyone
p.m.
hated
on a Saturday.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Oh, we really turned against the Birdman that day, didn't we?
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck this guy.
He was enemy number one after that.
But anyway, enough 2019 thoughts. We'll go to some 119 player stats.
Hey.
So Scotty Stevens played 119 games.
Oh, his father-son's coming up. Oh, no, that's not him. It's Mark Stevens. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep,
Continue.
I will.
Good stat, Dan.
Yeah, cheers. I'm here a week.
Rodney Maynard had 119 tackles.
Fantastic.
Rocket. The Rocket.
Yep. And Wayne Carey and Pods Yardley both had 119 marks for the club.
Wow.
That's elite.
How did Carey have 119 marks in how long?
2 games.
44 games, I think he played.
He was
so-
good at marking.
Yeah.
Yeah, amongst other things.
Sniffing.
Keep it PC. Thanks, Ben.
All I said was amongst other things, Dan. So
Goals.
now, so that was the men's season. So the women's season, do we remember that? 2019 for the women.
Oof. Oh, we'll try.
Where did we finish?
3rd.
4th.
Fifth.
First.
No,
Yes, you are showing these three up. That's good.
That's why I'm here for stats.
So that
isn't
was,
it?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. 8 wins, 1 loss.
I love how you guys are kind of facing off right now, actually.
I'll take you on.
No, I think we're just keeping it balanced. We've got so got our steady ships on the outside, and then I'm not sure what I'll say about the middle. So
Naughty sailors.
maybe club champ.
Ebony Marinoff.
No.
Aaron Phillips
Yes. So Phillips won it. Leading goal kicker.
went out on a limb there.
Sarah Perkins.
No.
Aaron Phillips.
No.
Courtney
It's a
Creamy.
player you'll know, but you may not remember that they were our leading goal kicker.
Hatchard.
No. Stevie Lee Thompson.
Oh, Stephen Lee, friend of the pod.
There, 14 goals for her, pipping Ponta by 1 goal.
Oh, Pip the Ponce.
Yep.
Pip to the pinging Ponce.
Well, any pinging allegations are unfounded, or at least unproven. So, last for my segment, 2019 draft, and I think Nuz is pretty excited to be here for the 2019 draft.
Oof.
So, with pick 6, moved down 2 spots, but we still got the man we wanted in.
Fisher Mackesy.
Fucking hell. You know what? If I can see that he won't be a good player, right, then what the fuck is our recruiting team doing? I don't blame Hamish for that one entirely.
That was just a hope pick, wasn't it?
yeah.
That was
Well,
a
Daniel
please
Talia-
God.
I mean, Daniel Talia once got an injury and we all panicked and then picked Fisher. I don't understand. It's really strange. Yeah.
So, yes, so that was unfortunate. With pick 24, peaked, a bit like our episode, peaked early in Harry Schoenberg.
Huzzah.
And then we also picked up Fisher's mate so that he wouldn't leave the club in Josh Worrell.
Oh,
So, yeah.
were they mates?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Well, at least something good came out of it.
Absolutely.
We did the same with Miles Paholke and Jordan Galucci, and that worked
Yeah.
out great. So,
They did a lot of things together. They just went on the field.
Miles, Paul Hulky.
Yeah. Proven history of success. So, pick 42, Ronan O'Connor. He had a good 3 games.
Oh, he looked all right.
Did he even play? He actually
yeah,
played
he
3
did.
games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Wow.
debuted against Geelong.
West Coast was the other game.
West
He went
Coast.
over there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was his debut, but he only played a couple
I
of
feel
games.
like he
Yeah.
could have been given a bit more of a challenge. But
And then pick 48, showed a lot of hope early, never quite made it in Lockie Gallant.
Oh, the
So-
Mitsu.
Yeah, and then we had a couple of recycled rookies. One played a few more games than us than the other. One was Benny Keys, and another Benny Crocker.
Oh, Benny
so-
Crocker.
Yep.
Tats man.
Yep. So he played 7,
Crocs.
and Ben Keys is up to 114 for us. So there you go. That is my segment. Even if I didn't get a stinger, that's fine. We'll put all our effort into the saxophone.
Yeah.
That's no worries. But yeah, carry on.
no worries. I will make sure that your stinger gets uploaded to the board for next week.
Appreciate it, Dan.
I mean, it's 1 week.
I'll
It's
believe
always
it when
going to
I
be 1
see
week
it.
late, isn't
Yep.
it?
Vardy Magic said that BT once interviewed Paholke and called him Dylan.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I remember that.
So good.
Very good. Anyway,
Let's get into the game.
it's time to talk about the game.
Have you got the other stinger? Where is it?
What's the other one?
Yeah, the-
Oh,
we're doing well with the stingers tonight. going to wait for that. The bounce. Oh, yes, it was the Crows with a 10-goal victory over Carlton. Amazing stuff. Did not see that coming. Happy it happened. Let's talk about it. Lauren and Ben, you were at the game.
Yeah.
We were.
Talk to us.
good.
Tell
I'm
us.
still wearing shorts in early May to a Twilight game
Because you're an idiot.
because it's warm.
It was so warm.
Was it?
Yeah, it was actually so warm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you at the game, Nuz?
No.
Oh, we'll let these
I chose
guys.
the GWS game instead.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Yes, Ben.
Well, yeah, no, it was good. It was a good crowd, 46,000. So
Did you clap?
no, well they did it.
They didn't announce the crowd, and I didn't even know that they did it. I said, ask Ben, and he said it was
they
at the end of the game.
They did it after the game was over. Normally it's sometime
that's
in the
strange.
It was
last quarter.
at least
but
in the last quarter.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The
whatever.
song had been sung, and then they yelled
Missed
it
out.
out. So
I was clueless.
One of the highlights.
No,
for
I
Adelaide
heard it. I
fans.
still gave myself a bit of a pat on the back. I was one of that 46,000. Don't you worry. So, no, it was good. Good bounce back. It looked like a really promising midfield mix. I liked seeing Peatling in there more. I liked that Rochelle got a bit of a go in there. I do think Carlton let us play exactly the way we wanted to play. So we're still to be tested and successfully overcome someone who doesn't let us play the way we want to play. But, if they let us play, why not? Why not just kick goals? So,
Exactly.
Carlton were really slow getting out of their defence. They'd kick it out, then they'd go sideways, backwards, go sideways. We'll try the other side again. Really let us set up. And so it made our defenders be available in really good positions and limit their two tall targets. So, it was really good. I thought the first half we struggled to get a lot of close, easy shots on goal. We were kicking a lot from a fair way out. I think as the game went on, we got into better positions. But at halftime, we were like 6 goals, 8 or 6-9 or something.
You predicted it could go a bit.
The start of the second half when we had 2 gimme opportunities that we just let go. I'm like, well, this could come back to bite. And luckily, Carlton weren't very good. So
Terrible.
really didn't
They
come
really
back to
were
bite at
bad.
all. So I think it was really promising. I think we had a team that let us really bounce back strong. But I think I'm just excited that we kicked over 100 points again. It's been a while.
Yep.
I really don't want us to become just defensive to save a game. I want us to attack games like we did that game. So
Yeah.
yeah.
We managed to do both definitely on Saturday, but as you said, Carlton just let us do it. And it probably actually wasn't until I watched the replay back afterwards that I realised how absolutely terrible they were. I was purely just watching us and how good we were. I was like, wow, we are amazing right now.
Yeah.
And Carlton were absolutely terrible. And I think Matthew Lloyd showed some pretty damning defensive footage on the footy show the other night.
On paper, I was, I was worried about that game because you look at the midfield and you look at Walsh and Hewitt and Cripps, and I'm like, going by the fact we got smashed by Brayshaw and Sarong the week before, I was like, there's no way especially with Crouch out and not sure what the midfield mix was going to be. I was worried. And then the back line up against Kerno and Mackay, thought they're going to get slaughtered, especially with Butts coming in for his first game of the year. But, they didn't get the supply that they would normally get. Our midfield was on top, credit to them. And credit where it's due, Rob was pretty good. I thought he was going to get belted against Tom de Koning. I put my balls on the line and said, can't wait for this battle. But he had a pretty good game. He didn't get the bath we were all expecting. He did some nice things. So there you go, guys. There's some
Praise
positivity.
Rob. I hope Elodie's listening.
Yeah, well, I think
Hi, Elodie.
Praise the big man.
I love that we got heaps of goals from centre clearance. We really dominated around the stoppage, and it was just good. I think the balance was right with seeing, like as you mentioned, the midfield, Peatling and Rochelle. It just seemed right. I mean, we just can't see the same old. I'm not going to name names, but the mix is right.
Yeah.
Now, like it really is.
What do you think made them go with Rash this time around? Why hasn't that been earlier?
I don't know.
It's kind of it's
Yeah.
odd. I said to Dan in the car on the way here, I was like, maybe, that they're thinking back on that now and seeing how well that kind of played out and wishing they did that in Freo, at the Freo game.
Well, it was mostly a first half thing too, wasn't it? I don't think he played through the middle a lot in the second half.
He only got 5 centre bounces, so yeah.
I
they're
think
probably
I think one was
right.
in the second half, to be honest, because I did notice it kind of late.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just did give us that kind of different look, and yeah, we just kind of. Well, I don't know. It's hard to.
But just to change something, right? Like
Yeah.
something's not working, you don't change it halfway through the third quarter, like against Fremantle. Like you be proactive. That's what good coaches do. You think of things ahead of the time. That's how Ross Lyon flogged Fremantle, didn't he?
Well,
Because
if you're really cagey, you just wait till the next week so the next coach doesn't see it coming.
I was on paper. I was surprised Berry wasn't the quick starter for Crouch. So I was surprised when they threw Rochelle in the mix, but obviously pleasantly surprised because it worked. But yeah, Berry came on the last quarter and got 10 disposals, so did pretty well.
Yeah, Kate, you're probably right. Actually, they probably did wait for the rib thing to sort itself out because it probably wouldn't be the best throwing him straight in the midfield mix with bruised ribs.
Did you want any quick stats?
Well, it's up to Dan. He's hosting.
No,
Go
for
on,
it.
Dan.
Go for it, Dan.
Not interested.
We haven't given Sam any comments yet, so.
All right.
No.
Well,
But yeah, go.
I'll get these out quickly.
He's,
did notice that.
he's figuring out his votes right now.
We'll have a Sam monologue soon, don't you worry. So,
Busted.
stats wise, so we dominated territory. We had 58 to 36 inside 50s, and we were able to get in there. We still had that much more, and we were more efficient going in. Not by much, but enough. Dominated uncontested possession. 255 to 192. If you don't want me to talk about uncontested possession, I don't have to, Dan. We were able to find targets that easily. We went at 80% disposal efficiency. I don't think I've seen an 8-0 very often at all. So that's, really quite something. Midfield, we had, the 45 to 19 hitouts. Rob was tapping it a lot more than the other guy. Centre clearances, 16 to 6. So belted them. We did narrowly lose normal stoppage, but the fact that we scored from some of those centre clearances was really, really strong.
Hell yeah.
Last thing was marks. So again, belted them 120 to 94, and inside 50 we had 20 marks to their 6. So when you think of big targets down there, smashed them.
And it was really good to see the spread of goal kickers as well. It wasn't just, Fogg, Thilthorpe, Walker. It was.
well, the Tolls only got 4, didn't they?
Yeah.
So that
it
was
like
fantastic.
Dawson, Rochelle,
Well, Thilthorpe was being pretty well held by Wiedering.
His fingers.
His fingers and Wiedering. So we did need to find other targets. We couldn't just focus on it. That's where I thought in the first half we were bombing a bit too much to him, whereas I think we looked for other options as we went forwards as the longer the game went on.
Yeah.
Samuel, any special comments?
I don't have a lot to add. I think you guys have pretty well summed it up. I think the calls of what are Carlton are fair because I just don't understand how they gave us so much space after giving us no space worked so well for Fremantle the week before. Like, it just shows how shit of a team they are.
And how they pressured Geelong and got a win. So.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I didn't see a lot of the Geelong game, so I didn't know how they sort of played them. But
I think the highlights they showed contrasting the two games, where they were just on Geelong players as soon as they got the ball, whereas we just were able to just find.
But we just
spare
had
players.
so much space. Like there was just space everywhere, and we had none of it last week. If you as a Crows fan, you almost think they were two separate games, like almost two different.
But that's probably
sports
how that's probably how Carlton fans are feeling. Like, Geelong are kind of the yardstick of the comp. And here you are beating them, and then you can't beat the Crows. It's like,
Are they more frustrated than us, Blues fans?
Oh, yes.
I say yes.
Absolutely, they are. Well, they should be.
Yeah.
it's just that old cliche. You only have to be like 1 or 2% off, and the other team just smashes you.
Yeah. So like, it's going to be really interesting to see. I'm not talking about next week yet, but just in the following few weeks, I think is really going to show us where the Crows are at. Port and Collingwood are probably two fair yardsticks for us. Yeah. Maybe Port aren't setting the world alight this year, especially on the weekend.
But it should be a high pressure game.
Yeah.
And we'll see how we cope with that.
Because I want to like pump the brakes on. There's been a lot of like positivity with the with how well everybody played on the weekend, but I think it's when you're given that much space, it's almost like who played badly on the weekend. Everyone was good.
It's the first week for a while where I'm feeling bad about leaving people out of the stats instead of going, I don't really want to give this guy a vote, but I kind of have to have 3. So.
Well, can I segue into some special mentions for individual players? Because I know our votes votes might be similar or they might not, but I did want to give a special mention to Rob, who we actually already have mentioned. Definitely brought it up to TDK.
Just quickly on him though. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to
No,
cut you off.
go for it.
Did you notice that he was rucking against not TDK a lot during the game as well? So that for some reason there was a lot of mismatch with the ruck contests during the game, and I don't know whether that was intentional.
It's like Lewis Young, I think.
Yeah. So Lewis Young was up against.
I'm telling you, what I said last week, I was chastised about being a fantasy player only, but TDK, he's been up and down with his energy levels. I think he's not used to being the main man for the whole season. So
And he still obviously beat Rob around the ground, had a ton more of the ball.
Where's Pitton at the
not
moment?
that,
Not that much
didn't
more.
Didn't seem very
According to Ben.
influential.
Oh, it was a fair bit, wasn't it, stats-wise?
What's the go with Mark Pitton at? Is he just out for the year or something?
Oh,
No, they just don't
he's
want to
good.
play him.
He's
Oh,
good
right.
to go, I think. They just haven't picked him. Yeah.
Oh, that's...
Anyway, moving on from the Rob man.
But it was a good game. I will admit
good
that.
game.
Yes.
Defensive efforts, obviously, from not only Josh Worrell, but Max Michaelani and Wayne Miller are both very good. And Brodie Smith, let's give him some props.
I think the biggest thing is we didn't notice him do anything wrong. So, and we did notice that a lot last year. So that
True.
was
That's
good.
right. And I hope it is in your goods, the Brodie Smith goal and post-goal celebration song.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk-
not the celebrate. Nah, the song's shit.
No, well, that's funny because I actually
No, that's great.
I did say to Ben halfway through the game, I kind of had the realization. I was like, oh, maybe we'll get a Smithers Angels song here at some point. And then it
I mean,
happened.
he's not dying.
What's
The
wrong
way
with
they celebrated afterwards, it almost looked like he's retiring.
What's
He
wrong
was-
with the song, Sam?
Oh, he said after they were getting around him because he was trying to get in the team.
Yeah.
I'll take that over.
The song's good.
I'd take that over a Sweet Caroline. So
Wait,
good, so good.
I want to know what's wrong with the
Day of the
song.
week.
It's no good.
Well, Nixie
Why
reckons
not?
it's actually a bit of a message towards him.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
really?
Do you just not like that song?
No, I don't.
Well, that's whatever. That's,
Well,
I thought
I would love to hear the crowd singing "No Way, Get Fucked, Fuck Off."
No,
it happened and it was great. We
That's
could
the
hear it on the
problem.
TV.
That's exactly why I don't like it.
Oh.
'Cause
Oh, you
it's
didn't want
just
Maggie
it's just
hearing
a
that.
bogan anthem. No,
Well,
it's terrible.
it is. But
This is the worst conversation
No,
ever.
it's just-
Anyway, back to the footy.
I
get back to the bakery, Sam.
I really didn't think that would be a divisive part of the podcast.
Yeah, I know. That was weird. Anyway,
guys are wrong.
Isaac Cumming, also very good
Yeah,
on the
Cumming was
weekend.
good, yeah.
James Peatling, we already mentioned. Ben was pretty keen to see him in that crouch role, and he did a very good job.
Yeah, he's so much faster than Crouch.
Yeah, and he also laid the second most tackles of the rest of the whole team as well. The other special mention I've got is Zachy Taylor.
Yes.
So he's almost got my quiet achiever because he's kind of just like, he's just out there doing his thing, but his vision's so good and he's
Yeah.
like really creative with what he does.
Yeah.
And I thought he just had a really nice
He's
game.
just felt like a few years behind a Saligo, like the similar sort of player,
Yeah, for
the way
sure.
he sort of his trajectory. So
Yep.
yeah.
Got a gem, a diamond in the rough there.
Are we going to mention the best player on the ground by about 10 lengths?
Well, we're
with the
going
straight?
Maybe in
to
the
do
votes.
votes.
Yeah, but we've got to speak about him, don't we?
Well,
You bring him up.
do you want to do the votes first, or do you want to just
I want
talk?
Well, it just seems
We'll
random
talk-
that we're doing the votes like we haven't even mentioned Jordan Dawson.
Yeah, we don't like
we're just,
mentioning the-
you got three. If someone didn't watch the game, right?
We don't like mentioning the gun players too early.
Fair enough.
No, let's talk about him.
Let's
Jordan
get into
Dawson.
votes. Votes.
It was amazing.
Votes.
Did everyone give Dawson 3 votes?
Nah.
I didn't know.
What?
No,
Bullshit.
I did. Yeah.
No, I
Well,
got it to Josh Worrell.
We can talk about Dawson. Jordan Dawson obviously had a game. 3 goals. Where the hell did that come from?
Yeah, he was good.
Go on, Nuz, take it away.
Or contested marking is the big thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that
that's-
was huge.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what he wasn't doing against Freo. He was getting close to marks against Freo and he was clunking him against Carlton. So,
Yeah, yeah. But he can do that, and it's a great weapon to have, like him be your 4th tall forward.
Yeah,
forward. Like, that is
amazing.
insane. Like no club has that, not
Yeah.
one. And I'm going to mention Dan Curtin as well because he took quite a few contested marks and
He
like
did, yeah.
really. Actually, one of them wasn't counted, and I got very angry about that. I don't know why the AFL said it wasn't contested, literally against the person. You know,
Should
but-
write a letter.
You know what? I should, and I will. But I think that's how they deliver their mail still in the AFL. Wouldn't surprise me. But
No,
we have to, and if you don't count Thilthorpe's fingers, of course, we've got 3 contested marking beasts now.
Yeah.
I think it's official that we can say 2 weeks in a row, Dan Curtin has showed that he can take a great contested mark, and it's one of the most underrated stats, along with intercept
Oh,
marking
absolutely.
as well. And it's a lot of clubs. If you look through the whole list, and look at people that take 2 or more per game, there wouldn't be many.
Well, I think before it was glaringly obvious we didn't have anyone before Dawson joined. Like, we didn't have anybody that could take a contested mark for a while.
No one.
Well, the fact that we've now got, if we have to do the kick down the line, we've got the option of either Dawson, Curtin or Thilthorpe going for that. If they get it, they've all got really good skills as well.
And they're not going to be outmarked very often either. So.
And they're not going to have to worry about Rob taking any of those contested marks, obviously, because he's still got the 0, I assume, for the year.
Yes.
Yep.
No, he got one last week.
I was going to say, didn't he get one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, was it contested? I don't think it was.
Which
I thought he was still on a
here's
0.
where it's stupid. It wasn't contested, but it was counted as contested.
Well,
All
Controversial.
bullshit. Conspiracy from the AFL.
Controversial.
he can take
there
that.
you go.
What do you
Well
think?
done, Rob.
What do you think's led to this turnaround by Dawson? Is it just a mental thing, or
I don't think he's
I mean, it's
playing
only
as
one game.
badly. I think it was
been-
the team setup that was causing him
But also
problems.
he had a bit of a calf or lower leg injury as
That
well.
was his
So that-
tattoo, Nuz.
Yeah, that's the one. he's been carrying a niggle for quite some time, and if you can't get separation from his opponent, which is hard enough to do at the best of times, if he's running on 85, 90%, he's going to be, anyone's going to shank a kick, and then I think that affects your confidence as well. And you could see his confidence as soon as he got that first goal. You'd be like, "Nah, he's on now."
Yeah.
And then his kicking all of a sudden got rid of the yips.
he did
It's
really
about-
seem to be enjoying himself to me? Yeah.
It's about giving him that outside ball as well, because the week before he was inside a lot, and he's not getting that freedom.
Or it was
Yeah.
the end of a chain where he still had a player coming at him, so he
Yeah.
had to go around the body. So.
Carl
We
didn't
needed
try
him on the
hard
outside.
enough, so it was fine. He just had plenty of space.
It was a good old-fashioned contest, though. I loved seeing Cripps versus Dawson head-to-head. That was great.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Old-fashioned Dangerfield Fife stuff there. That was great.
There was that one kind of chase down tackle that Dawson did on Cripps. It was pretty close. It wasn't like a super chase down tackle, but it was funny because even the commentator was like, "Look at Dawson's face. He had this grimace, like I'm gonna fucking get you, mate." It was so good.
Surprised he didn't punch him afterwards.
All right, shall we get into some votes?
Yeah, let's do it.
Ben, you're off first.
Well, I feel a bit nervous now because for 3 votes, I did go with Worrell. So just a couple of his efforts in defence were like running back and then turning around, taking an intercept mark. I think probably what stuck with me at the game was the way he just outran that. Was it Motlop that he outran
Yeah, that
to
was
the goal
so
square
good.
to get the knock through? And he's so much bigger and he shouldn't be faster, but
Yep.
he just took him down, no worries.
Thanks
So-
to Adelaide quickly. Adelaide, 33.1 kilometres an hour he ran. Quickly. That was-
Very good.
similar to my jogging speed. So. And then we had, I did go with 2 for Max, so it was a personal high for 27 disposals for him.
Oh, okay, these are tough votes, Ben.
Well, as I said, there's so many people I could
know,
have given
yeah.
votes to. So, and I did give Dawson the one. Maybe I'm still dirty on him from last week.
Just the one, Ben.
Nothing after 3/4 time, but
He's still not over that.
I had the bloody captaincy on him. So this week, no, I think he was good. Again,
Just
he
good.
set up the game, but a bit quieter in the last. But I think the game was done by that stage anyway. But I mean, someone like Rankin's had a really good game, and we haven't even mentioned him yet.
Well,
for
we
the-
might soon.
It was pretty good.
So there is, I think it's when we're playing at our best, we have a team, everyone's contributing. So I think it's really positive. I hope there's a bit of a spread of votes tonight.
Lauren, who'd you have?
Well, I gave 3 to Dawson. I think that was obvious. Just a captain's game and just really brought it the whole day. I gave 2 to Rankin because, as Ben said, he was phenomenal. The stat line says it all. And I gave 1 to Josh Worrell. And I felt guilty only giving 1 to Josh Worrell.
Well, I'm
I feel like I should give him a +1.
only for the sake that yours are actually mine in reverse. I'm going to say mine were Woozle for 3, Rankin for 2, and Dawson for 1. So, what did you have,
I
Sam?
had the same 3, but in different order. Worrell, Dawson, and Rankin.
Nice. Nice.
And mine is Dawson, Worrell, Rankin.
Good spread, guys.
So there are a few standouts there then, clearly.
I thought you played all right, Max. I thought you were fine.
But no, I did struggle not to put Max in, and a few of the others.
There's a
as well.
chance that I might have gotten quite confused with everyone's orders there. So, Sam, you were Worrell.
Worrell, Dawson, Rankin. We can sort this out.
Ben's
after
getting
Ben, I
mixed up
reckon.
with the orders.
And Nuz was
Flake dim sims and a
Yeah, it looks like a lunch lady, doesn't he?
Just stay
Dawson-
tuned
all right.
while Ben
Sorry,
sorts
it
out.
was too
I've got Dawson, Worrell, Rankin.
Sorry, it's 2 pints, vodka soda, scotch.
And a chalky milk.
All right.
All right, if
good
I'm
work,
putting
Ben.
an extra
What are
damn
yours, Dan?
column in this spreadsheet, we're
you did
taking
yours.
this seriously.
Hi, I'm Tyson Edwards.
You're such a quiet achiever.
I reckon for the first time in podcast history, we had 5 people talking at once then. Well done, everybody. Ben, who'd you have for the quiet achiever?
I gave it to Rochelle. I thought starting to get some midfield time again and a couple of goals, but just I think we really noticed not having him in our team. So
Agree.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
very quiet, Ben. Good choice.
he didn't get the most disposals. I'd like to see what your vote is, Samuel.
Who'd you have? Lauren?
Josh Rochelle.
That seems like a really good choice, Lauren.
It was almost like we were both at the game, Ben.
It was, wasn't it?
Sam?
Peatling.
Nice. Good choice.
bad.
Yeah, nice.
Dan Curtin.
Nice. Good choice as well. And
We
I
could have
had,
called that, Nels.
I had Zach Taylor. So, yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a nice little spread,
At
isn't
least
it?
we started getting a spread there.
Yeah.
So.
That's right. Shall we get into a bit of SANFL wrap? The SANFL team did have another victory this week, and we've got Nuz here in the studio to talk about it.
Find a stupid button.
S.
Oh, it's on the last page.
S a SANFL.
We can't do it without this.
Dan, I fucking hate this so much. It's too creepy.
When I say San,
That's not how you're singing it. You're doing it. What is that?
it's pretty bad.
It sounds like a message that you'd send to Jazz late at night.
Don't ever say that to her.
Hey, look at me go. I've got my name on the thing there. That's great. Yeah, SANFL, it was the shittest quality game I've seen for a long time. It was in Port Lincoln. Nothing against the town. I love the place. I really do. But the conditions were foul. There was a quite literally a 7-goal breeze because that's how many you kicked when you went that way, which is just not conducive to good quality football in any way. And there was lots of misjudging of kicks, a lot of really shitty kicks. Like Jones would have kicked it. Like he got a lot of the ball, but he just torped it 90 metres every time and often turned straight back over. And, I get it, right? You want to torp it as long as you can, beat the record, but it just wasn't conducive to good quality football. We won by about 4 goals in the end. Norwood just kicked lots and lots of points because of the conditions, and it's fair to say that it was pretty even throughout, but we were the better team generally, and it was mainly because of our forwards, which was Pedler and Burgess. So quick shout out to Burgess because I've played as a key forward in windy conditions and it is just fucked, quite frankly. It is the worst thing you could ever imagine because you're usually 2 against 1. And quick shout out to Jackson Callow of Norwood, we were one of our targets for a mid-season draft a few years ago. He had a really good game up forward for Norwood and often played 2-on-1. But Burgess played pretty decent. Unfortunately, that will never translate to AFL. But, good on him. At least he holds the shape well. And speaking of shape, I'll get to Murphy later on, don't worry.
It's all about holding shape.
But the forward line, I want to speak about Pedler because as much as he went missing for the other 3 quarters, his first quarter was one of the best quarters of football I've ever seen anyone play.
Anyone?
It was
that
psychotically good.
Adam Saliba?
When I said the conditions were so bad that no one could take a mark. No one could kick accurately and no one could do anything without the ball being affected. Like Murphy kicked a goal and it went through accidentally. Like it was ridiculous.
You'd
Luke
love to
Pedler
think
took
that.
3 absolute great grabs inside 50 in the first quarter that had no right to be taken as marks, and he took them and he converted with the wind as well. It
Wow,
was
that's
just
something he doesn't do, isn't it?
like,
Sam?
yeah. I mean, was it the wind that maybe he kicked it badly and the wind just took it as well? I don't know. But it really just was that good. And it made me think if Rochelle's going to go more into the midfield, then maybe Pedler, who's still contracted to next year, but rumours are that he wants to get out if he's not getting full time, and I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But that he may be that guy, that small forward that we want, and turn a midfielder into a forward, just like Corey Durden for, Zach Taylor and Rochelle. And there's plenty of them that have gone from mid to forward, and Pedler might be that guy. If he's averaging 4 a game in this SANFL, then...
Naz, you were going to rile up he was drafted as a midfielder crowd.
Yes, I know. Yeah, but he's been on the list for quite some time
He's never
now.
gonna
And
get a mid-
No, just doesn't have the tank for it, and he's always on the back foot with his injuries off the bat. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
fair
a
to say
shame.
that we got spooked when we picked him at pick 11. Like he's really a pick in the 30s, like a speculative type pick. it was always Tom Powell, and I'll never change my mind about that. But like we got him. I love Pedler, what he brings, and if he can do that in the forward line, I think he's definitely got a future at the club. But we just need to give him a chance, and it's hard to break into a team when you're, winning, I guess. So
There's a couple of questions in here from listeners.
Yes.
Corey asks about Braden Cook.
yeah.
I know we've mentioned him a couple of weeks ago, and you said he was doing nothing. So is that
No. He last week he played quite well.
Okay.
And I think the week before that he didn't do badly. This week it was down. But look, this game you got to take a lot of it with a pinch of salt because it was just that awful. He didn't get much of the ball, but he did a couple of nice defensive manoeuvres from the forward line to the back line, so that was quite good.
that's kind of him, isn't it?
Yeah, just doesn't get enough of it, but
Yeah.
he wasn't bad when he got it, which is
Yeah.
often what Braden Cook does.
And Chris Mills asks, why is Murphy getting mid preference at SANFL level? We surely aren't hunting a premiership. Dowling in no man's land. Our development is frustrating.
Yeah, well, we clearly are, Chris, because why the fuck else would he be in the midfield? And the irony is that, like, oh, well, if, how do I explain this? So Dowling's getting pushed out to the wing, right? And that's fair enough if you think that he's just going to be a wingman, but he was drafted as a midfielder, and in his class, whenever it was, he was getting 35 touches. Like, he literally averaged 35 touches in the under-18s against people like Mateus Philippou, who ended up going pick 10 in the draft, right, as a midfielder. And so why is Dowling being pushed down? What is it about Dowling's game that they think, is it his toughness around the ball? Because I can't see a thing wrong with what Dowling's bringing. He got 20 touches. He played very good considering he's been shafted outside. And if that's your excuse for putting Dowling on a wing because when he goes into the AFL team, he's going to play on a wing, I get you, right? It's still not ideal, but then why the hell was Murphy in the middle? Because Murphy is never, ever, ever in a million years going to be playing in the midfield. So get him the fuck out there.
My theory, Nuz, is that it's a farewell, Murphy. Your contract is up at the end of the year, and we're going to let you play midfield for the last year of your career.
Maybe. I just don't get it. It's not like we don't have the midfield. And Pedler, as much as he played well forward, again, he barely played any midfield minutes. And I saw one centre bounce with Jay Boyle. Who was it? Yeah, Jay Boyle, Murphy, and Draper in the middle. 2 out of 3 midfielders weren't even like, what are we doing? Like, are we that desperate to win in the SANFL that we're, begrudging these younger players that really deserve a shot? Especially, I know it sounds harsh, but where they're picked in the draft, you got people like Edwards at pick 21 and Ryan at pick 28 haven't even had a debut yet, and you got people like Joel Freyer in the Bulldogs who are pick 45. And he's like getting goal of the week and already played 20 games
on the weekend.
Yeah. So like,
I reckon let's revisit this next year because I reckon by the end of the year, Murphy's gone, I reckon. Brodie Smith probably retired. So there's 2 veterans out of the SANFL squad that they'll have to replace there.
We'll see
so
because
I
I haven't
watch
seen
his
any.
space.
I haven't seen any evidence to the contrary, so we won't be signing him. Like,
Is Dowling the new Jared Lyons?
possibly.
Coach
Seems
hates
a
him.
bit that way.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. Billy Dowling is good enough to play, for North Melbourne straight off the bat. Richmond, like he'd be.
Well, he did nothing wrong last year, did he?
No,
Was he playing in their last game last year?
he played 6 games over his 2-year career. I can't remember if that's 2 and 4 or something. He hasn't done a thing wrong. I just don't get it. I don't get.
Were there those rumours that they didn't like him for some reason? Or
Yeah.
yeah.
It was his parents, wasn't it?
Something
That was the
about
rumour. The parents were
being
pushing
If we're that sort of
entitled
club
or
that's so petty that we don't play players because of fucking people that we don't like or whatever, what kind of bullshit are we
I can't
operation
remember
are we
who.
running?
I can't remember
I
who
don't
brought
think
that
that's
up.
true at all.
Yeah, someone brought that
I
up.
love
again.
rumours.
Yeah. Anyway,
Me too,
So
but
look,
that's a dumb one.
Murphy
That's a
didn't.
stupid one.
Murphy didn't play badly. But obviously, if you're playing 100% midfield time, you're going to get the stats, aren't you? Jones is coming into it nicely again, but obviously age is calling his card soon. I understand.
And the Devils.
And the Devils, yeah. Well, he's straight there, and but he's getting more of the pill. And Edwards and Ryan didn't play badly, but you can definitely see that their confidence has been affected. I don't know. You just got to feel for the lads. They need a shot. There was a chance there. And if you want a final thought is that Nix came out on the radio and was talking about, Smith and juniors.
Yeah.
And he said if there's going to be a selection call, it's going to be mainly favoured towards the youngsters, right? He said that. If you look at the stats, Smith's and Wood's stats are literally identical. Like they're not different at all.
Yeah.
So what the fuck are you talking about?
Josh asked about McAndrew again.
Yeah. Oh, he just takes the piss. I mean, Finn Hurd's like, 3 centimetres small. Like anyone who's 210 centimetres is going to dominate. So, no, he did well and he got more clearances and showed that he can be a chance. But I've got a rumour on that, a very, very founded rumour. And now I don't have my own show to kind of waffle off these rumours. This is from 2 different sources that are almost 100%. They're saying this is going to happen. Sam Draper to the Crows.
Right.
That's from family.
Yeah, right.
Oh, we already knew that, didn't we?
Yeah, I don't know, but
What was that, Saxman?
We'll take him, thanks. Cheers.
so I don't know. And Rob's out of contract, so it's going to be interesting to see.
Oh, they won't get rid of Rob.
No, Rob's got to go to Melbourne for his degree. That was the rumour, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, he actually does. Like, he has to finish his, if he wants to finish his degree, he can't do football. So, yeah.
There's another random rumour as well.
I don't understand. Like, there's medicine.
Tell us.
There's
I'm
medicine
listening.
courses in Adelaide. I don't know why he has to go to Melbourne.
No, I think
it's a special medicine.
Specific, like, specialist course. But I think it's more the study load is
'Cause he's
too
a-
much.
It's a Jordan Peterson scholarship.
Oh, okay.
It's I think it's it's just a full-time study load, so he wouldn't be able to.
Is it sponsored by Kennedy Jr.?
Yeah, that is, yeah.
Nuz has
RFK.
some more tea to spill.
Yes, it's a very, very unfounded rumour, so take
Oh,
with it.
I love
That's
these.
the
are what we
whole
follow.
thing.
We're not
This
live
is more
on
fun.
air. We're not
more
live.
our
Let's
Speed,
go.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, this is from someone, full stop.
Someone.
Someone said something. If Matt Crouch's injury doesn't get better, he will retire
Yeah.
Okay.
because he's out of contract.
That also doesn't surprise me that much. So even if that rumor is unfounded,
Yeah.
What
it's going
is
to
he-
happen.
What is his injury?
He's retiring. You heard it here. No.
What's he done? What is his injury?
Hip.
Hip.
Like, he's always got
Right,
those
yeah,
hip
that's
issues.
pretty
So,
bad. Yeah.
Red Lion says he's heard the same thing about Draper too from family friends, and also asked about what happened to Sid on the weekend.
Yeah. Didn't do a whole lot, unfortunately. Got 16 or 17 in the end.
Are they looking after him, or was he?
No, he played midfield. Like he actually got quite a few midfield minutes. Just, I don't know, looked to pace off. Again, the conditions were just that bad. I really want to watch what Draper does against Port Magpies or whatever the fuck they're called in the SANFL at Adelaide Oval. So that'll be really good to see what he can do on a proper oval.
Yeah.
No offence, Port Lincoln. So.
Yeah. No, it's
None
fair.
taken.
No.
sorry to the Port Lincoln listeners out there.
No, I love Port Lincoln.
Yeah, I love Port Lincoln too.
It's like my
It's lovely
favourite, one
there.
of my favourite holiday
Yeah, no,
spots.
it's
Yeah.
a great spot.
Thanks, Nuz, our man on the ground. Nice 8-hour drive out to Port Lincoln. We assume you were there. So,
Yeah,
all
no,
right.
yeah, that flew me out. Rex, first class.
Oh, Rex. Even better. Nice.
Are Rex still going?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they've been underfunded or something. Oh,
Yeah.
They can't afford to go.
No.
That's it.
Tune into my pilot podcast later on and we'll talk about it.
Right alongside Ben's backyard.
Yeah.
All right, Sam, I reckon it's a bit of time for
Was it
a
my
bit of
segment?
goods and bads. Let's get going.
And then we have to bring Matt in.
Yep.
He's
do.
getting itchy over there.
Poor Matt.
If you want to know what's in the spring,
Needs
get
some
into
more
Rowan
sleep.
Jarman.
Sorry. I've only got one good thing, and you guys are going to hate it because it's not footy related. So
Is it Liverpool
actually, there's two.
Are your things ever footy
I've
related?
got two, and they're both not footy. Oscar Piastri won the F1 this morning.
Matt's into that.
Matt's happy.
Yeah,
Third in a row.
yeah. So he's extended his lead in the championship. So we might have another world champion. Don't want to jinx anything, of course.
Cool.
But did anyone see the 14-year-old Indian cricketer who
Oh,
smacked
yeah.
100? What the hell's with
Nuts.
that? Playing IPL.
They're just
so it's
literally
not-
breeding cricketers over there.
And he looks young. Like he looks big. Like he's big for his age, obviously. But that is super impressive. So yeah, no, I just want to put that in the goods too. Has
Yeah,
anyone else
well.
got anything good they want to mention? Or
Oh,
is it-
did I have a good? Nah. I just wanted to check. Nah.
no,
Nah,
nothing
no
there.
good.
No,
I
that's
could
okay.
talk about the TV I've been watching.
Oh yeah, what have you been watching?
New season of Hacks. Very good.
Oh yeah, we watched a bit of that.
Yeah. The new John Hamm show on Apple TV called Your Friends and Neighbours.
Oh, I started watching that, but
Don't mind
I'm not
it.
gonna
It's
watch
pretty
that.
good.
Yeah.
Still cranking Alone Australia. Love that show. I'm obsessed with that show. Why
Don't
it's
know
so
much
good.
about it.
And Last of Us, obviously.
Oh, I haven't
New
actually
season.
watched the second season yet.
Yeah,
Any
it's all
of it.
happening.
Yeah, right.
That's
Well,
all my goods.
Well, I started watching. Started watching the new Captain America movie and turned it off after 15 minutes. It was so shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, those.
The Last of Us has been good though. That episode 2. Oh, Yeah, anyway.
No spoilers.
No
Don't spoil
spoilers.
it.
No spoilers.
Don't spoil it.
Footwear sacrificed at half price and equipment slashed to half price. Rowan Jarman's huge half price sale. Don't miss it.
You're going to go? All right, we're waving goodbye to Nuz.
Bye, Nuz.
Nuz leavings in the beds.
Thanks for coming
Nuz.
in, Nuz.
Mavis might call in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, good.
Appreciate it.
Don't break the illusion.
Might hear from Mavis soon.
Thanks, Nuz.
See you, mate.
Matt, you can jump in if you want. We don't have any headphones for you right this second. Oh, you've got some.
Hey,
Yeah.
BYO headphones.
And Sax.
And
And
bring
sax.
Sax over too.
Love that.
All right, so I've got a few bad things. One is Laura Kane on the umpiring again. I had to bring it in. I know.
Hey.
I know Lauren hates us talking about Laura.
Has she
Kane.
said anything about the actual umpiring?
Yeah,
yet?
didn't she come out and say it's been all right? And that they
Don't attack Mummy Kane.
She said she came out and said that the football is a good product currently and gave a bunch of reasons why, but she
I
didn't mention
disagree with-
anything about the umpiring.
I disagree with that too. Football at the moment is hard to watch.
There was someone who came out with the whole we get 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
right
well,
or
who was that
something.
then?
I can't
Did I
Yeah.
mistakenly put that on her?
The adjudicating
that was the
guy.
umpiring official guy.
McBurney.
officiator.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
was
wasn't
it?
Laura.
Okay.
That wasn't Mummy Kane.
Mummy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mummy.
No, that was the
Kane.
one where we get 9 out of 10 holding the balls right.
Yeah.
And we were saying, well, it's hard to get it wrong if no one knows what the rule is anymore.
Did anyone see the example that got posted on Reddit today of the back-to-back contests that were literally identical? One got paid as like ball up and one was holding the ball, like literally within a few seconds of each other.
Well, I mean, we
insane.
had a bit of that on the weekend at the Carlton game with the deliberate out of bounds calls that kept happening, and I know Matt had a lot to say about the Mark Keane one, and I did actually want to respond to you with that. I did watch it on the replay, and he did have a flat palm, so I kind of get why they paid that. However, the preceding calls after that that were on the same boundary and some in the exact same spot. That debatable
problem.
whether
There's
they
no
were deliberate.
consistency, is there?
And that is the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Carlton one should have been paid as well, for sure.
You can talk if you want to. You can add.
I don't want to get myself in trouble.
You can't get in trouble
You
on this
won't.
podcast.
No, you can say whatever you like. Actually, no. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
You're very
be careful.
You're very
It's-
pro crows.
It's a hard job umpiring. But I mean,
Is it as good as it's ever been?
They do their best.
Saxman's really good.
It's all right. You're not a crow spokesperson, Matt. So.
Don't be baited by Lauren, though. You toe the line, all right?
It's it was the correct decision, but I just put in the overturned free kick in the North game as well.
yeah.
So it was like I've got word, and no, obviously they've come out and said that was definitely the other umpires.
I've got
on the
word.
ground. Yeah,
Why don't you get word on all the other bad decisions that happened?
crazy.
What is that?
Yeah, so
I don't want to interject, but I've got this big conspiracy theory with some of my mates about why we get shafted by the umpires.
yeah,
I
Let's
think
hear
we
it.
love these.
comes back, and I don't know whether you guys mentioned this, but I think it comes back to that Josh Jenkins.
It didn't hit the post, man. I was right behind it.
I was there too.
right behind it. It cleared it. I swear to God.
Okay,
Was
I'm
I with
just
you,
saying.
though?
I think Jenkins has admitted it hit the post. hasn't he?
Yeah,
I
he
don't
did.
think Jenkins could see from where he was. I was
Hey,
closer than
I was
Jenkins.
at that game, and
We have
the
it-
crowd erupted.
We have it on good authority that Josh Jenkins is full of shit.
But the worst thing, I just want to put this in here for a bit of cumulative. And do you know what? I didn't mind it to start with, and I might have even put it in my goods or recommended retail. But Bailey Smith, does he need to shut up now?
No, keep going.
I think he does.
I think that was a lame comment from him. Honestly,
was.
it was just like, oh, what are you even saying that for?
But the reason I wanted to put it in my bads, guess who plays on a Friday night in 2 weeks' time?
Them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny that.
But
It's
Bailey
almost like
Smith-
that might have been orchestrated.
Bailey Smith won't shut up because he's got the microphone at the moment. He knows he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And it's getting,
the ever abundant media is just lapping it up.
Yeah, they are.
And they'll go like, "Oh, and what do you think of it?" "Oh, I think it's fantastic.
When he-
This is
I'm
wonderful.
I'm
and
team Bond
brings
for
so
this one.
much to the game."
Yeah.
But he'll do something stupid eventually and they'll all be like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
But
they're
if
egging
it
him
was
on.
serious and this wasn't orchestrated to drum up a bit of interest in the game on Friday, not that it needs it, it's a pretty good game really in 2 weeks.
Oh, at the moment it is.
yeah.
But it is coming from a guy who maybe didn't do the best job he could at his old club.
Yeah,
Had all the talent in the
taking
world.
drugs on social media and then
Yeah.
did his knee.
And maybe not 100%.
I mean, they're pretty pivotal moments.
And it's the same guy as well who came out saying he was one of the first. I don't want to go anywhere out of Victoria in the draft, and no one made a thing of that.
Yeah.
At the time,
the birds to the crowd, no problem with that. Go for your life.
Yeah, I'm pro Baz on that one.
Yeah,
more
but
birds.
You see, Wizard
Wizard's
did the same
on
too.
ball a little bit now too. Yeah.
But the crowd in that, they were feral too. So
I watched it on mute.
Richmond.
Yes, it was Richmond.
Yeah.
Did the Wizard get fined?
Yeah.
Has he?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But I thought Bont's response was pretty classy to Bailey Smith, to be fair.
Bont's response is what makes me think that it's orchestrated because he did mention the game in a couple of weeks too. So it's sort of...
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I'd get along well with Bont more than I would with Bailey Smith.
I was shocked, Ben. I could
I could see Bont having a gardening episode as well.
Yeah, he seems pretty
I get pretty lame wad goober vibes from Bont, whereas I could definitely get on the piss with Bailey.
A few bongs.
I've noticed.
Nah, he wouldn't smoke bongs.
Sure.
Nah.
No.
We haven't had that many drinks together, Lauren.
That'd be speed.
Jesus.
We need to get off this topic, otherwise Matt's leaving.
Matt's not doing drugs with any of the players, okay?
I'm also putting myself. I'm also putting myself in the bads for getting every single call about the Adelaide Carlton game wrong, including not going to the game because I thought we were going to get belted.
Did you tip? We all tipped us on the pod last week.
No, I didn't.
Despite
I wouldn't have
the
tipped. I didn't tip us in my official tips.
So too busy with the children was a bit of a
smoke screen.
I mean, that was true, but it was also an out.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's all I had in my bads.
Oh, okay.
That got elongated the last one, but that's all good. I like it.
Okay, so but Brody Smith's goal wasn't in your goods.
Oh, look, no, it was good. And
it was a good moment. I thought it was a feel-good story moment.
Yeah, it should have been in there. You're right. And I did love seeing it. And it also brought the score up to someone who likes numbers to an even 60, which was nice too. So I did enjoy that.
And did you see Tom Richardson's tweet earlier today that I retweeted?
No.
Let me find it. Brodie Smith, number 33, played his first game of the season on Saturday and kicked the last goal of the game. Our quarter time score was 5 goals, 3-33. Half-time margin, 33.
Oh, that's Cam Mooney numerology for those bounce watchers.
And I think...
Got X-Files on that.
I think it was the first evidence of a smile from Rory Ladd for the year as well.
No, he did one last week, didn't he?
No, this was... Oof.
No, he has smiled this year.
Didn't we? I think we brought it up on the podcast that he smiled.
I have not seen such unbridled joy.
He was pretty stoked.
It was quite something.
He was on the bench too, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah.
And, I've been critical of Brodie's performances in the past, and I do still think he should have been dropped earlier last year. But I was so happy for him. I'm like, I only want the bloke to play well, and he's come in. He's, obviously taken over for Hinge for just the one match. He's been, chomping at the bit to get in the side. Yep. He's finally got his opportunity. He's been very patient. And he played his role and kicked a goal to top it off, and it was just bloody brilliant. Good on you, Brodie.
He was fine. He'd filled a role. He did what we needed. I'll be annoyed if he keeps keeping people out of the side. But don't all the negativity was never because we hate Brodie. We love Brodie.
Love him. Legend.
Yes.
Anyway, it's feel good time.
Yeah, well, we're going to get into selections because that's going to be a bit of a conundrum for the club with Smith and Hinge coming back and then Curvis getting subbed off and all of those kinds of things, which we'll get into. I'm sure Bozza will have some selections from the sauna. I do have a dog act if we want to cue that up.
And we're going to talk to Matt yet?
Yeah, we should probably talk to Matt first.
Who's that bloke?
Maybe Matt can do the dog act song on the sax.
Oh my God, can you imagine? He can just...
Do friends all wrong?
He can just riff off in the background with this.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
You want to do it now?
Yeah, sure. It'll be cool. Dog act. All right. I've just got a little special dog act because I thought we haven't done it for a few weeks. And this is about the fact that Jordan Dawson, if everyone hasn't seen the news, is leading the coaches' votes for this year after 10 votes from the game. But I just wanted to highlight how much the media just, loves Nick Dacos. He's not winning the coaches' votes. Jordan Dawson is. Where's all his articles every single week about how good he is and all the hidden weapons that he has? I don't see them. So this is for the AFL media. When it comes to coaches' votes, Jordan Dawson is the GOAT, but Dacos the media blows.
Dog act.
Dog act.
Good one, Ben. You remember how it went?
Too many syllables at the end.
Just to make you feel better, Dawson is. Did you say Dawson is
Yeah.
leading the coaches?
Yes, that's what I said.
Yeah,
That was the
I wasn't listening. I was
premise.
some other things.
That was the premise
go,
of
Dawson.
the.
Sorry, I did actually tune out. Sorry. Ian.
Couldn't tell.
Good to know.
But we
he's
do
paying
have
attention.
Matt Sammut here, and we're going to give him some time in the limelight. Matt,
Hello.
welcome.
Thanks for coming in, Matt.
Thanks so much, guys. It's a privilege, 119. It's a special number amongst Crows fans. And,
It is.
To be called up for this, I feel very privileged. So
Well,
thank you so much.
We
for
feel
having me.
privileged to have you here.
Yeah, who knew? Like, I think maybe you might be the biggest celebrity we've had on the podcast.
Well, I got to say, shout out to Kate. I haven't met
Yes.
Kate, but Kate, Kate
Friend of the
is
pod.
friend is of the podcast, and Kate knows my sister, my older sister Steph, very well. So shout out for her to reach out to me and made it all work. And yeah, thanks for organising it all.
Matt, may I just say, you've got a voice that I could hear on our podcast more often. So,
Yeah, Vardy's just said Matt has a good radio voice.
He does.
My mates say I've got a face for radio, so there you go.
That's not true.
Stop it.
Oh, you. But
You
no,
guys want some privacy?
Yeah.
no, that's won't be needed. That's all right. But Lauren and I were all there on round one for the opening ceremony, we'll call it. And
Pre-game entertainment, I think.
I'm calling it the opening ceremony from now on. Because that's what it's become. No, it was just amazing. We didn't know what to expect. Obviously, you did. You'd got the call up and got to prepare for it all. But going from Metallica Sad But True, firstly, Lauren and I, what the hell is this? They've nailed the song for a change. And next minute, on the roof is Saxman Matt Sammut, who we didn't know at the time.
Sax dude, I think you called it.
Sax dude, just busting out.
We were just like blown away by that. You've done a few interviews now since that game and about how that came about. But what was it like being up there playing the saxophone?
Yeah, well, to be fair, I'd like to just try and put it into the simplest form. Is have any of you guys been skydiving or done any extreme bungee jumping? Or
We're all
As much as it looks like where that kind
Just
of people.
Ben.
Nuz, I think, was the guy that I needed to speak. That's going to fall short. Anyway, but when you do one day go skydiving or bungee jumping, it's this adrenaline takes over, and for me, really, what I struggled with was you're on the roof, you've got the heights. Heights aren't as big a thing for me. But it was actually just so hot that day. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
It was very
So
warm, yeah.
I have to be harnessed up. So I was harnessed up for about an hour beforehand in the full kit and suit. And then they had the jacket and they wanted me to wear and the hat, which is all good. And it was fine. But as soon as I got out there and we were sort of waiting, it just was hot. So I'm sweating, and then the nerves sort of kicked in and adrenaline. So I actually don't really remember a whole lot of it, to be very fair. It was just like
It was
blank.
a thing that happened.
Yeah, it was a blank. And you can't, I don't think I've seen it. There's one probably video that sort of kept it to the end, but I actually sort of fell, not fell, but I sort of just was this relief.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh God, I did it,
Tension kind of left your body.
Yeah, it was just this whole build up, and I've got in-ear monitors, so we've got over-ear headphones, but I've got these monitors at in-ears, and they're talking to me. And they're like, saxophone in 10, 9, 8, and I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. This
You're
is it.
full on Lady Gaga up
and
there.
it's live, obviously. So it's nothing we can do. And the audio guys were saying, oh, look, we could have a dropout. This has happened before. And I was like, well, what do we do? We're like, oh, there's not much we
Keep
can. And I was like,
playing,
okay, well, geez, okay. And so what happens with that relief at the end, it was so good. And I got to shout out to anyone on the southern stand, because when I walked back, they all just started clapping. I was like, oh my God, are they clapping for me or we just score? I think we scored. No,
It was all you.
I did see some people sort of give me a wave and stuff. So yeah, it's just been the support and you guys as well. As I'm just a fan, I'm just a Crows fan. So for me to have the fans get around it, that's all I want, because pre-game, what do we used to do?
Yeah.
Well, it was very boring. It was very boring, and we're very glad that they've amped it up. Now, not only did you get to play on the roof of the Oval, but you also got to have an advertiser interview with the Mr. 250 himself, Rory Laird. Tell us a bit about that. What was that meeting, Lairdy?
Yeah, it was. I mean, like, yeah. Once again, I'm trying not to fangirl because you got to be professional.
I do it.
But he just finished. They just finished training, so I went down, got on the Oval. Walked across it, which was cool. I love that. Walked across, went to the sort of the scoreboard area, and Lady was there. And it's hard, so they're trying to get some interaction. So like look into each other's eyes. And we're just like, so when you're saying you didn't smile, we were just cracking it because I'm losing it. And then it's obviously got some shots. The one thing I didn't know what was happening. They took some video that they ended up putting up too. I didn't realise they were actually going to use that. So apologies. I did make a mistake with the Crows theme song. I didn't think they were going to use that. But
no one remembers that. Don't worry.
So I had a few people find me on socials to let me know. So that's okay.
Really?
Oh, God, you didn't get hate, did you?
No, just
come on, guys.
I probably got the most interesting messages from Freo supporters.
Really?
Like you just copying Rock of the Docker. It's like, man, I never said I wasn't.
They asked me.
The Docker one called?
He's called Rock of the Docker.
Rocker the Docker.
Yeah, he just plays guitar though, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he's on the roof. It's actually really. I saw it funnily for the first time when Crows played. So he was up there, sort of killing it, which is great. And it's always great to see musos involved in sport, but yeah, that was just funny. It was just like, well, okay, like
why are they blaming you?
Yeah, it's like, well,
it's like you just forced your way up
there.
No,
well, some people think that too. I think some people literally thought, I've got my saxophone, I've walked up there and I've played. So I mean, great. If that's what they think, that's all good. But yeah, the fans and the support and 99% of it's been so great, and that's way more than I ever thought. I didn't think anyone would actually care or bother to want to have me on a podcast. So.
No, we love it. We absolutely love it. And I was going to say before too, you nailed that first performance, which probably would have been the most anxiety-inducing one. I'm sure the following performances have been a little less stressful for you.
Yeah, a little bit. I've never sweated in my life like that first one. Apologies to all my friends and family. Like I was leading up to it. I think the hard thing is I've been lucky enough to be, performing around Adelaide for a fairly long time, and so you get used to nerves and dealing with stress and that sort of side of things. I'm an introvert, extrovert, so I'm not someone that thrives off that performance aspect all the time. Mm-hmm. But leading up to it, I lost a lot of sleep and stress and just mainly because it's all new for everybody and we all want it to go well. And I love the Crows, so it's like putting myself out there. If it doesn't go well, it's going to be hard. But yeah, I just overwhelmed with the support and to get that one first out of the way is awesome. And definitely on Saturday that one felt the least stressful. So yeah,
nice.
That was very good. And I just want to ask, so you've talked how there were a few songs on the list, but you went. Eventually, the decision was made that Avicii Levels was the song, and great song. I think a lot of people know it as a Kmart song.
Yeah, I didn't realise that, to be fair.
But that's okay because at least it's in our psyche already, Yeah. But what are some? Can you tell us or share with us some of the other shortlisted songs that didn't quite make the cut? Are you allowed to do that?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
The club
loves us. Come on, guys, it'll be fun. We'll edit it out if you really have a problem with it.
Essentially, in one of the meetings, we just ran through. I just had a bunch of suggestions off the bat. I think it started with this song called Jubel. I can't pronounce the artist.
Yeah,
it's a
pretty
famous sax song. No, you probably know it. Do you want
okay. Yeah, go on. Yeah, go on. Right. Go on. Yeah. Play the sax.
Bust it out.
Oh, is that the Ultimate Sax Guy?
Nah,
you know what I mean, though, don't you?
Yeah. What is that?
That's the one.
yeah, for Saxman, yeah. No, that wasn't a shot. that's like a Sweden Eurovision or something. Anyway, so that Jubal one, it's been used in the cricket.
Okay, right.
So it's one of the go-tos. And then we started there. No. And then the next one was pretty close. So I don't know. This is more anyone between sort of the 30s to 40s, I reckon, right?
We're in the quiet
Sorry, Ben.
What's this new stuff?
But it has been remixed a bunch of times. So this is the most famous version, in my opinion, and anyone can disagree. But it's called the 2008 remix. So this is.
I'm actually annoyed it's not that now. Love that one.
And then back and forth, and then the honest truth is, and I haven't actually said this to anybody. So
Scoop.
This is the exclusive.
Here we go. It's exclusive. Here we crow scoop.
Yeah. Watching the Avicii doco on Netflix, highly recommend any music lovers, even if you don't like Avicii, but it just shows sort of the pressures of the industry and what artists go through at that level, at a top level.
Yeah.
And finished that doco and made me feel pretty sad. But I was watching with my wife, and my wife goes, geez, the Avicii levels would be good. I was like, oh yeah. Oh.
Hang on. Yeah.
That'd be all right. That fits multiple demographics that, young people know it, older people know it. It's been remixed to Flow Ride a Good Feeling, all those different things. Mm-hmm. And then so I called up my sort of boss and I said, hey, what do you reckon? And he's like, okay, let's have a chat. And then, came back and they're like, yeah, we'll go with that. So that's the story. And I think that energy that song brings, I'm feeling it from the crowd, but you guys would know more because you're in the crowd and listening to it. I think it's translated pretty well. So happy
I think
going
it's
with
great.
it. Yeah.
It's awesome and definitely gets everyone pumped. And also really just love trying to spot where you are in the crowd before it happens, which is also a fun game for us.
Yeah, and that's part of it. It's just, just to add something different to every home game that, I'm just obviously a small part, but those little elements all add up into bigger things and to get people to come to the games and get around the club.
Yeah.
You got plans to do them in some more obscure places? We've had some questions about it.
Okay, yeah. What have you got?
Scoreboard. Coach's box.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the perch.
Someone said underground car park, and I was like, they really don't like me.
It could be like the Charlie XTX, entrance to the Grammys where she comes in from the car park and the camera's just following you playing the sax. That could work.
That could be right. Okay, maybe that's what I mean.
Is wild skydiving out of the option?
Parachuting into the oval. Have you talked about that yet?
Funny enough, the SANFL Grand Final last year, there was talks about me flying in on a helicopter playing sax, but that never came up. But yeah, look, lots of options there. There's one in the works I definitely can't say because if it happens, it's going to be a world first.
Whoa, okay.
But
they're bringing back that Thunderstruck thing.
Oh yes.
Or have they found the Batmobile?
Oh yes,
Carlton. What didn't they do? Something like that.
Angry Anderson.
Yeah. The scoreboard gets talked a lot about. There's a few logistical issues, I think, with just the state of the scoreboard itself. So,
fair.
Hopefully there's more. But to be fair, it's just 1 week at a time.
Look, I'll tell you, we're waiting for you up in Bay 312. So
312, yeah. I do like to know where people are sitting because, like if I can get around to people that get around or I know, that's great. I know there's a few diehards in, I think, 121 that want me to come down there. So, but yeah, it's just logistical and where the cameras are too. Like something I never knew and learnt is that you think cameras can go everywhere and that they have, but they don't.
They don't, so only on a particular side.
And just like, score reviews.
Josh had the old Crow loud meter Josh, do you know how often I've tried to find a good quality like photo of that old loud meter? Because it used to have a name and I can't even think of it now. It's like noisometer or something.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
down at West Lakes.
crowdometer? Or?
Was it correct? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but I can't find a good photo of it. So if anyone has one, I'd love to use it in some of our stuff.
That's a shame.
Kate said she also met you at Bon Jovi.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Now it's so great. Damn
How
it.
could you forget that? All right, so question for you, Matt. Other than the songs that, obviously were in the running for the Crows thing, what are some of your fave sax solos? Because there are some good saxophone solos out there. I mean, off the top of my head, obviously Careless Whisper,
Oh, yeah.
Baker
Yes.
Street.
Oh yeah.
Just a couple of the very, very popular ones, and one that we shall not name on episode 119 that we're all quite familiar with. But
We would not stoop to that level.
But if you've got it handy,
no, don't do it. We don't want to hear it.
It is one of my favorites.
I mean, no, it's fair. I'm a
up.
big NXS fan, so
Yeah.
Michael Hutchins is rolling in his grave every fortnight.
But to be fair, these one that you touched on before, Baker Street, that like growing up, driving in the car, listen to whatever it was before Mix. I reckon that. Just, you know,
Cruise?
five.
No.
It wasn't 5AA. It was
5DN. No, five. I don't know.
5MU.
102.3.
I think 5DN sounds right.
Yeah.
It's a radio station.
Yeah.
5DN. Yeah. Like they used to just crank all those classic 80s solo sax solos, and that's one of the reasons I fell in love with playing this instrument. So yeah, Baker Street.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
That's
Yeah.
so good.
I think my mum would just be happy if that's all I ever played for the rest of the year. I think when she, said, "Oh, I'll give you saxophone lessons," I think that's what she had in mind, and
Yeah.
she doesn't really get what Avicii is still. So anyway,
Well, my mum played the saxophone when I was younger. She wasn't as good as you. In fact, she's terrible. She was terrible at it. She did have lessons, but she used to play. Was it the Entertainer a bit? Yeah.
It's like a piano.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Entertainer. There was something else she played. I can't remember. Probably should have looked that up before we
that's
came
okay.
in.
Yeah.
Chopsticks.
What else do you got? What are your other favourite sax solos?
I don't know whether this is a bit 80s sort of centric as well. I was going to play the Infinity one as well, which we did. So that's definitely one of my favourites. So Infinity Josh Guru project, which I played before. But this one, I actually also produced music with a friend of mine who is a DJ at the TA on Tuesdays. Shout out to the TA.
Is that for real?
Yeah, and we did
None of this is sponsored.
Sorry.
But we're open to offers.
Yeah. But we worked with a singer that is Peking Duck's live vocalist, and we redid a song, Electric Blue, which is an Ice House classic.
Oh, yes.
So that
Classic.
sax solo, it's one of my favourites.
That's great.
It's really hard without the music, but yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that's it.
Somewhere behind.
So I just remembered one that my mum used to play, Pink Panther.
Oh, nice.
That's on the spot.
That was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Well, and
Awesome.
these guys all know I'm a big Radiohead fan. So
Yeah.
I think National Anthem has 4 different saxophone parts. You're happy to do all 4 of
Yeah,
those?
I've got that all prepared. It's funny. When I arrived and just sort of chatting sort of pre-show. Yeah, I compared myself I'm one of those guys that I'm not definitely not the most talented or whatever. I can't do things on the spot. I struggle. I need to prepare. So that's how I get to where I am. And I was saying I know some people look at me and go, well, how's he got that gig, or why is he there? And I was like, well, it's like when Dave McKay had 300 games and everyone else that wasn't a Crows fan was like, who's this bloke?
Where did he come from?
How's he play 300 games?
Why did he knock that guy out and then somehow
Yeah.
got off at the tribunal?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, but 100%. Do you remember all the social, like the fans?
He was due.
Yeah.
D-Mac is innocent.
Yeah.
We made a shirt, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so.
I was actually at MCG for them versus, I think, Hawthorn's 20-something. But he tore that game. I think he won the game himself. And that's when I fell in love with him. Yeah, I know. But no one would. Like, and that's, so that's for me, like my journey was sort of playing music and stuff has always been just outwork sort of, as much as I can. And it's like crazy that I get to be playing for the club that I love. So
Well done, Matt.
It's awesome.
Love it.
And you also play a bit around town.
I do, yes.
And it's like kind of alongside DJs at club nights and stuff like that.
I do. I
Give
also
yourself a
DJ
plug.
myself. Yeah. So you'll find me at a few local spots every sort of Saturday and Sunday. I'm at Soul Bar at Sky City and at the Highway on Sundays. As my two main regulars. And Molly's at Glenelg from 1 till 4. And when I'm not playing games, and 2KW on Fridays, sort of once a month these days. So very lucky to have the support of venues and be able to do this for a job and to get the call up for the Crows. Unbelievable. I still don't believe it. Like honestly, you might. Yeah, it sounds people are. Oh yeah, he's just saying it. But honestly, like
Nah, I can tell how excited you are by your social medias.
yeah, like,
You love it.
I love it. Like oh my god, I get to do this.
Yeah,
so good.
It's the best. It's a dream job.
No gigs around Normanville, Strathalbyn way.
Well, not yet.
My wife's actually from Strath, so yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go, bitch.
Oh, very cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, it was lovely to chat to you, Matt, and feel free to stick around while we talk about the upcoming game. We'll see you at our next home game, which is
Sunday the 25th.
at
versus
West Coast.
He knows.
Oh, yeah, Greenwood's away, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to put the saxophone back and I'll come back and
You absolutely
no
can do
worries.
that.
Yeah.
We definitely want to hear what you've got to say about the upcoming showdown.
yeah. Can we talk about the Ramsgate?
Oi!
Well, that might come up in conversation with Roman, our Nuffy, who we're going to try to get on the phone. He's ready whenever we are. So some of you might know Roman from previous showdowns. He's quite passionate about Ken Hinkley, etc.
Do I have his number?
If you don't have his number, I can hook you up.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Put it on air.
Yeah.
04.
We have almost done that before.
Hang on a minute.
Thought I had it. Don't have it.
That's all right. We're sorting it out, guys. Roman will be on to you in just a moment.
Should play some hold music.
Yeah.
So,
We do have the stinger.
Bring. Oh, is he going to answer? It's going to be one of these.
Hello.
Oh, it's that
Roman.
filthy port flog.
Or flog. Yeah.
Roman, before we even get into anything, you are live on air on YouTube, and
Oh, that's good.
We've got some seamless stinger action.
yes, so it's going to organise the stinger. We've been really good with the stingers tonight. We've got them. There's been about a 30-second delay on each one.
Oh, good.
It's all right. Sam's trying to do the thingy.
Oh, what could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong with that?
What'd you do?
Oh,
I didn't do
about as much
anything.
as
I was
went
just
wrong
laughing at the
Ballarat on
picture.
weekend.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
I can't tell if
Where
that
did you get this picture?
It's the oldest photo on his Facebook.
Roman Sam has found the oldest photo on your Facebook, and it's on YouTube right now.
Why are you not putting up the rocket?
What rocket?
Oh, there's the picture of him getting shot to the moon. That's another classic. We'll get that for next time. But for now, it's Facebook's classic. So Roman,
What's going on with Port? What the hell?
yeah,
I'm
why?
stuffed, mate. But then I'm the favour the realist down at Alberton. I'm not surprised with this shit.
But why have you done this like you always do, just so you can pump yourself up for a showdown? Why?
No. Actually, look, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be really honest. I didn't think we would beat the Dogs on the weekend. I didn't think the way that we'd be as putrid as we were, but I didn't think we'd beat them. And I sort of hoped that the Crows were going to get up over Carlton, so they'd be a bit sort of, overconfident type thing. It would all fall into our favour. But we were just so putridly bad against the Dogs on the weekend that, nah.
Is anyone
no
good
way.
in Ballarat though? Ballarat's pretty terrible. I think the Dogs are the only team that can play
Bulldogs
there.
managed to kick 7 goals against us into a 5-goal breeze in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's pretty damning.
Yeah, I'm like, no, we're done.
Where
in all sorts of
Where
trouble.
did it all go wrong? And who was coaching? Was it Josh
doubt,
Carr
no doubt
or
the
Ken
AFL
Hinkley?
All of them.
Because we've got
Wait,
that.
bring back Choco.
We got Murray coaching us when we do well now.
Well, you guys wanted Nick Scorn a couple of weeks ago. Now you want
never
him back,
did.
And then you want,
I think
No, Lauren's pretty
50%
true.
of the podcast.
Wait, I never said Nick's out.
It's Dick's out now.
I meant Crows fans in general. I'm not even, present company excluded,
Speaking of dicks, talk to us about Willie. How's that?
You need to get him off socials, Roman, I reckon.
Wait,
I think we do, yeah. I think we do need to get him off the socials, but
What's going on
someone
there?
needs to go hide the bong. We can't be having these post-game cones and then going off on social media.
Apparently, if you make threats on social media, you just apologise and it goes away.
hey, look.
Just going to throw an allegedly in there. Just,
I was going to wait for that.
Love you, Willie. Team Willie.
I'm not getting involved in this one. No, look, I don't even know if the AFL said anything about it. I mean, it's obviously having a look at it. Given how they are these days, you'll either get fined 10 cents or banned for 10 weeks. Who knows? Do we flip the coin and see where it lands?
He's got nothing. They're giving him nothing. He's fine. He's free to play.
Free to go. Okay.
Yeah, he's playing.
Oh, well, there's a positive.
Is he going to? But has he stirred himself up into such a tizzy that it's he's just going to do something ridiculous on Saturday?
I'm a bit worried. I'm actually a bit worried about that because he did, belt what's his face from the Dogs and was lucky to not get a week. I thought, but I thought he was going to miss.
It's
so I'm surprised that he only got the fine, but
I think what's surprising for me is, with all, in all seriousness, the other week when he did the post after the Hawthorn game, he obviously got warned at that stage, and he's gone back on after the Western Bulldogs game and done a similar thing. It's a bit odd.
I think they just need to. I think someone needs to take his mobile phone off him.
Yeah.
I mean, thank God his profile is on private.
Is it?
Yeah.
Who keeps leaking these pictures?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
And
but, that's just one of our many problems down at Port Adelaide.
So what else? What else is it?
Tell us about all the rest of your problems.
Please.
Well, we've got no depth. I mean, it's pretty clear, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
seems like it.
Well, your SANFL team's not lighting up the park.
That's the problem. Our SANFL team's, bottom of the ladder, and AFL side's not much worse. So we've got, no one in the Bs that can come in. Well, our backline's their problem. We've got real strife down back.
Wait a minute. No one from the Bs. What about Rory Atkins?
Hey, look, the Rat played a few weeks ago. He's had a go. And,
he'll be playing again this week, no doubt. No doubt.
Oh, jeez, I hope not.
I want him to, so I can give him a clap.
You need him for some X Factor. He might come in for Willie.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. Apparently, Ryan Burton and Zirk Thatcher played in the Bs, so they can't be too far away. But I don't know how much hope I have with Ryan Burton getting through a game without something happening.
He's a bit of Razio Fantasia,
seems to be falling over. But look, those guys might be available for selection. We might look at doing something.
Tissue legs.
Razio.
Yeah, the Ratkins had 31 disposals in the SANFL.
But we don't need someone to get 31 touches. We've got 3 blokes to get 30 every week. We need some blokes.
Are you talking about Connor Rosie, who you're playing a half back currently?
Yeah, that's right. But we need blokes. We need some blokes who can actually stop, Fogarty, Chilthorpe and Tex. That's all we need, and we don't have those guys at the moment, and that's our problem. I mean, you look at who we put out as our 2 best defenders on the park last week. We had Aliir, who is a quality defender. We know that, and then we had Radagalia. And
what happened to putting him in the forward line?
Well, we're going to play him down back because we've got no one else.
Both of those guys,
the problem.
both of those guys you mentioned have played well on Tex in the past. I don't know how they'll go against Thilthorpe and Fog.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
One of those guys is going to have. Alia's going to have to take. Look, both of those guys are going to have to take those two guys, leaving someone like potentially someone like a Miles Bergman to stand on Tex.
Yeah.
Unless they bring in, someone like a Zerk Thatcher, but then
You'd
who
have
goes
to think
out?
if Zerk Thatcher is fit, they'd have to bring him in, surely.
You think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
but
so-
I don't know. Sources tell me he didn't look too great down at the Bees game on the weekend. So
And I think
I don't know. He might still be a few weeks away.
when we've played our worst against you guys, it has been when Alir hasn't had to have an accountable role. So from our side of things, we really need to keep him busy so he's not marking everything we kick forward. So if we can do that, I reckon we're a fair way on our way. But we'll
It's
see.
going to be one.
I think you are. I think the thing that if I'm being really honest, I think it just comes down to probably with both teams actually is which team turns up. Like,
Well, it's the midfield, isn't it? Whoever wins the midfield battle.
I've seen a few Crows games. I've sat with you guys at a couple, and I've seen. The Crows' second quarter against Geelong, they looked irresistible. They looked like they were going to win the premiership. Like no one was going to touch that side. But if they pull that out in the weekend, they win by 10 goals.
Things change drastically in 20 minutes, don't they?
They do. They really do. They're like the Crows go from hero to villain in a matter of seconds.
Roman,
then again, so do Port Adelaide.
That's true.
Roman, our friend of the pod, Kate, wants to know where's Westhoff, aka Showdown Jesus, at these days.
Who knows? Can someone put a Guernsey on him?
Mr. Fix It.
I would love to give him the Guernsey and run him out. He's got to roll down the club, so surely we can find one for him and get it on him. While they're at it, make sure you give one to Chad Collins as well.
Chad must be busting to get out there.
Well, two can play that game. We can get Van Burlow kitted up, don't you worry.
Oh, no, we've got Andrew McLeod playing this weekend.
Yeah,
It's his
that's right.
30th anniversary from his debut, so he's coming in.
I just thought current employees, but sure.
I'm not even going to comment about Andrew McLeod because I'll just get myself into trouble.
Look, given the
That's
All right, then.
Excuse me, Roman.
given the Roman,
Do I want to hear it or not?
no, changing the subject. Given the inconsistency of your team, I think there's one question we have for you, and that is Sam.
Give the kick to Dennis. So we're right behind him, and the Carlton fans are right behind him. Once, twice, 3 times.
Oh, look at that.
Yes! He's the master blaster.
I think after a 90-point drubbing at the hands of Western Bulldogs, anybody could really be the Dennis Armfield this week. Who at Port Adelaide is going to have a pearler, and how is Port going to get it done against the Crows?
Look, I don't know how they're going to get it. They're going to find some of that form they had against Hawthorn. They're just going to play that run and gun. Just move the ball fast, try and get into the forward line. I guess when they do that, they sort of give themselves a chance. I think they just need to try and find a way to get Mitch Giordiades to get into the play and sort of isolate him as a one-on-one with whoever from the Crows is taking him and just make sure the Crows don't get that loose man to sort of block that path to him. Then again, I guess then you've got to maybe hope as well that Ollie Lord can stand up a bit and maybe kick some goals, take some grabs. And, I guess when Willie's up there and the ball's coming in quick, stuff happens, but that's the only way I can see it happening. In terms of the Armfield, I'm going to go with my personal whipping boy of the year. I'm actually going to go that if they are going to get up, I'm going to be saying that Radaglia actually played all right. There you go.
Interesting.
There you go. Well,
If they get up, Radagalia's played all right.
my nomination was a bag of goals from Darcy Byrne-Jones.
Yes.
Kicking 5, is he?
Darcy Perm Jones, DPJ.
Perm getting 5.
Likes to step up for a
I do like that.
showground.
The Perm.
I do like Darcy Perm Jones getting 5 goals. I think
He is
that's
a bit
cool
heart
as
and
well.
soul showdown type player. Yeah, I could see it happening.
He is.
No.
He is. But I just think, the Crows probably got a bit too much class. We're very ordinary at the moment. But I did say we were going to be ordinary at the start of the year, and I didn't think the Crows were going to be up and about. So
Rayman,
about where-
Roman the Rayman.
where it is, but
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess now you want me to give the score now.
Yeah,
don't you?
go on. Tell us who's going to win and by how much.
I reckon it's going to be Crows, easy, 5 or 6 goals.
5 or
And
6.
that's probably been kind.
Yeah.
That's really been kind.
Make it 15.
Jeez.
Yeah, it'll be Crows. Crows we change. Unfortunately,
All right.
I'd
Roman.
like to see a close game. I'm going to be there, and I'll be wearing my bars. And
Are you getting us some tickets,
hoping-
Roman?
pardon?
You going to get us some tickets?
Oh, am I?
I said, are you? I'm asking, are you?
Oh, we'll see how we go.
Roman, it's been great having you on Here We Crow as usual.
How many do you need?
Oh, don't know. We'll
I'll take one.
However many you got.
Episode 119. We didn't mention that to you when we called you, but thanks.
Oh, thanks a lot. If I knew it was episode 119, I wouldn't have even bothered.
I was trying to get you to come in, Roman.
Yeah, we tried to.
In honour of that, I'm going to wear to the game on Saturday night. I've got a present a few years ago from some Port Nuffy mates, and I reckon Dan's even forgotten about this one. I've got a Port Adelaide members cap for 2007 members.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to wear that with pride on the weekend of the Showdown.
Please do.
Are you sure it's going to be
In
with
honour
pride?
of
Or?
119.
Well-
They paid $1 for this hat. I reckon that was $1 too much.
Sincerely hope you don't enjoy the game that much this week. But, yeah, may the best team win. Roman, thank you again for coming on, taking our call.
Good luck, mate.
Thanks for giving us grief. Yeah, good luck to you guys.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
Can we just have another fight at the Ramsgate? That'd be more fun.
Oh, well, Matt wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna stick Matt onto you. It's you versus Saxman, all right?
Yeah, Roman, because you weren't listening in before, you actually have Saxman Matt on tonight as well.
How you going, mate?
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is him. He's here. He was going to bring up the Ramsgate, but we didn't give him the microphone.
Look, a showdown's a flip of the coin, as you know, and you know, I just want. I feel like I need to at least give you some hope because by the sounds of it, Port may as well not rock up after that. But you know, when Port are down, it's always going to be a tough game. So I'm actually quietly a bit worried. So I'm hoping that.
Yeah, look, anything can happen. Anything can happen. I was just really disappointed with what I saw last week.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
On the weekend. If they'd only lost by 5 goals and looked competitive, I would have said I would have been all over Port. So flip of the coin. Get it done, but we looked really poor last week.
Well, Port actually haven't lost at Ballarat till. Yeah, they've won every game.
No, that we do all right down there. Yeah,
but you know, when you look at the ground, you saw more, construction than you did football players. So, you know, I don't think anyone really wanted to be there. To be fair,
that's it.
No, that is fair. That is fair. But anyway,
all right, Roman.
What happens on Saturday?
Take care, mate. We'll hit you up for those free tickets later.
Yeah, can't wait.
Thanks, mate.
See you there, mate.
See ya.
See you guys. Bye.
Thanks, mate.
Oh, thanks, Roman.
All right. Do we have Bozza queued up? We should probably get on to Bozza.
Oh,
Yeah, I've
jeez.
got Bozza.
Oh, you do have Bozza?
Yeah.
Oh, you've got it, thank God.
Vardy Magic also said I'd order number 119 at Tullamarine Airport Macca's on Friday. Emotional times.
It's a sign.
All right, we're just going straight into Bozza. Oh, no, we're going to do the thing.
Yes, Grateo, it is the Saxman.
Hello.
Grateo is very excited.
It's like a sauna in here.
Evening, guys. Round 9 from the butler's pantry. Sorry,
Steaming in there.
Got a few things on, obviously. Filthy Mango is dwelling, fake magpie pov little brother, as I call him. At home, ins, Rolf and Hinge, outs, Fairy Tale 33, and Lizzie Taylor. I think he needs a full game in the SANFL. It does okay coming on, but I think Rolf can have a bit more of an impact with 2 or 3 goals and a stint in the midfield. So that's about it, guys. Speak to you next week.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Oh, I don't know if that dream's going to come true, Boz.
I haven't disagreed with Boz very often, but yeah.
I probably wouldn't go that change, but he does love Pedler.
Are you disputing Boz?
Well, a little bit.
One of those things where-
but before I dispute Boz, I want to dispute, you can't just change locations. We've got a stinger for you, mate. He's gone
okay.
from the sauna to the butler pantry.
True.
I think it's still steamy in there because he probably turned the steam wand on the coffee machine on, you know.
Yeah.
Is someone who has a butler's pantry a bit fancy for this podcast?
Yes.
Oh, you know, he is a fancy man.
Doing very well for himself.
Very well for himself.
He could probably sponsor us.
He maybe could. Yeah.
I reckon he
Sponsored
could,
by
eh?
Bozza Sauna.
Hey, just this little, Bozza actually just sent us this little clip, and this did come up during the week. What is this?
Don't know. No one can see it.
Why is that Rory Lobb?
I think it's
Yeah,
Lobb.
Why is Rory Lobb patting Connor Rosie's bum over and over and over again? Like what?
They talked about this on another show when I was driving up while I was listening, and they reckon they were just trying to annoy him.
Yeah.
But it seems like a bit of a random thing.
Yeah.
It seems like Rosie's just like so baffled by.
Is that why? Is
He's
that
not even
why?
annoyed. He's just like, why?
Is that why Jamari Ugo-Hagen's not playing anymore?
Maybe.
Because wasn't it connected to Roy Lobb somehow?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. Allegedly.
rumours.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, this is a very rumor-heavy podcast. Tonight.
Yeah, this is-
It's,
Yeah.
Anyway,
innuendo.
talking about the game, I am so confident that we're going to win this that we probably won't.
Laura,
I know.
please.
As I just said, we probably won't because I'm so confident.
Oh, okay. There was
Well,
more,
shall we
sorry.
just, before we get into social media, should we just talk about selections and what we think will happen?
Well,
Very briefly, Lauren, because I know you don't want to talk about selections
Do
for
we
40
even-
minutes.
We don't need to do social media anyway. There's no one in there, is there?
Ah, okay.
oh, we only got one response from Dan, so
It was me, and I'll say my prediction when we get to who's going to win and by how much, because I'm going to stick to it.
well, what am I talking about? The game.
Selections. What do we think is going to happen this week?
Well,
yeah.
I think Smith just comes out for Hinge.
Do you think?
Well,
I think Smith for Nankervis. I mean, Nankervis for Hinge.
just because Nankervis got subbed out doesn't mean he's going to get dropped because I don't really think he was that bad.
It would
It's just
it would
normally
be 3 from 3, wouldn't it?
He's had
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
He's had some weaker. Like I've been the biggest Nankervis advocate.
Yeah, I love
for
him.
quite a
I like
while,
him,
but I can see them going with subbing him off early and giving him a rest and bringing Hinge in for his place.
They seem
The
to
only
do that.
reason why I question it is because, like, Lockie Scholl had a couple of down weeks and still got picked, and yes, he did get subbed off and then didn't get picked again. But I feel like Nank hasn't really had that many down weeks, has he? Or
He wasn't great against Freo.
well, no one
No,
was.
well,
Nobody was good there. Anyway, I guess
just
we'll see.
I feel like the writing's on the wall. I think
Yeah.
that if I was to make a bet, that would be the way. I think.
Not saying that's the way I'd like it to go. I'd like Nank to stay in, but I can see it going that way. Yeah.
Does Berry come in is the other question.
Yeah, I think he probably should, but who does he come in for?
Well,
mate,
Zach Taylor.
they might put Taylor
Nank
as the
again.
sub
Yeah,
instead.
they could.
Yeah.
So, but Berry did look very dynamic when he came on. I mean, it helps when you're fresher than everyone else. But he really burst out of packs and whatnot. So yeah.
All right, so we get into some talk about the game. Obviously, it's Saturday, Arvo against Port, and we all know what's going to happen. It's going to be a 50-50 match, as it always is. But, Ben, did you have a few stats?
Only a tiny bit. So they're 12th, 4-4. They have beaten Richmond, Hawthorn, Sydney North. So, yeah, you'd rate the Hawthorn win and probably the Sydney win. Sydney have been a bit disappointing
That
this
was in
year.
Sydney as well.
That was in Sydney. So that's a pretty good win. Richmond, you're a bit of a laughing stock if you lose. And North, they didn't look very comfortable, but they did win. They've lost. They got smashed by Collingwood, lost to Essendon St Kilda, which is a bit embarrassing. And losing to the Bulldogs isn't embarrassing, but just they really lost to the Bulldogs. So,
Did they ever?
Oof, and then some. So, I don't know. Their form is very up and down. I think the whole competition is really up and down. Like Freo can be world beaters against us, and then they forget how to play in a week. Collingwood, awesome for a lot of games. Then they lose they lose their first game. Brisbane are up and down. So Gold Coast got shown up now that they had to play Brisbane. So it's really open. There's no one who's definitely standing up as the team to beat this year, I don't think yet.
I did actually
think it's Brisbane.
take down the last 5 games between Port and the Crows. Port, the last one was their home game, 22-point win. The one before that was Crows by 30 in our home game. Then Crows by 47 in our home game again. Then Crows by 31 away. That was a Port one. And then Port by 56. So the last 5 games have all been pretty big margins, really. There haven't been close games for a while.
Did it go to 56, the Rankin knockout game, did it?
No, sorry. The last one was the 22.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Wrong
Yeah.
order. Yep.
Yeah, wrong order. Yeah.
And we
but,
played like absolute shit that night. So I can't really see us doing a repeat of that.
you wouldn't
I
be-
mean, knock on every wood thing in the building.
Lauren,
We deal with this every week. So.
you will be specifically.
I
for
will be the
blame.
death of the Crows at some point.
Mr. Drawsome said that Rowie said we'll definitely win. So
Oh,
take it to
God.
the bank. We will lose.
Bro,
Like, can you feel it?
That's what someone else said.
That's what we should have done for the cruise.
Kate said.
well, God, everybody, the writing is on the wall. Matt, I'm going to put you on the spot as the first person to say who's going to win and
Yeah.
by how much, apart from Roman, who already gave us.
Who's going to win? Crows by 2 goals.
I like it. We'll see how that goes, Ben.
On paper, we should have a good chance. I'm going to say a win by 28. Be utterly not shocked if it goes the other way.
Sam.
Yeah, I basically was going to say exactly the same thing. I think I'm going to tip us, but no confidence.
None.
None. I don't like having confidence.
No, it's dangerous, isn't
They've
it?
just burned me so many times.
Yeah, I was confident against Freo. I tipped us against Freo. Yeah, and see what that got me?
Yeah.
Hurt.
Yep.
Lauren, how many 1,000 points are we going to win by?
Crows by 100 and 19.
Yeah.
Well,
No, seriously. I think we are actually, this is going to be the showdown where we absolutely fuck
God.
them up. Like, fuck them up.
I really.
Proper, like,
Right.
100-point win.
You're right.
Let's calling it 119 points.
I'm calling a 1 goal and 19-point win, 25 points. 25-point win.
That seems too safe. I don't know.
But if they do me wrong and they lose this game, oh my God. Yeah, we need it. Like when it comes down to it, we have to win this game because it's not going to get any easier apart from West Coast in a couple of weeks.
Or Collingwood after.
Collingwood is the week after.
Collingwood game is the lids off game if we win that.
If we win that,
100%.
Yeah.
You see me down Harley Street playing my Saxman.
I will be remortgaging my house to get grand final tickets. but no, I mean, I said to Lauren on the way here, we have to beat Port. But if we beat Port and we're competitive against Collingwood, you'll still go, yeah, we're pretty good. But yeah, if we win both those games, great, even better, obviously. So
I feel confident. I feel good about what we've done. I feel like we've had enough weeks of like up and down games that now we've had this one good game where everyone was just functioning on the right level, that we're going to go into this showdown and play the same way. We're going to thump them, and then going into the MCG game against Collingwood, we're going to be sky high confidence and we're going to win.
We've usually it's been pretty close with Collingwood too. So I'm thinking like if
I think it's going to go our way this time. I hope.
it's got to eventually,
I
right?
hope.
there's got to be it's
They're a bit of a hoodoo team for us.
100%, yeah. And
Gotta win.
I think after the last few that we've just been robbed. I'm hoping we get one back.
Not to get too far ahead of ourselves.
Yeah,
of
sorry,
course,
yeah, of course we
but,
will. Yeah.
it's nice to think that way.
We can all
Sam's
hope.
like, what? No.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening in to episode 119. Thank you, Matt Sammut, for coming in to join us. Thanks
Thank
for
you
playing.
guys.
Thanks so much,
Congratulations, 119.
Thank you for
Thanks
playing
for the cake.
the saxophone and bringing us cake. Yes.
Look, it's got some wax on it, but I'm sure we'll work it out.
Thanks everyone on the chat for being there as well and engaging with us throughout the night. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you, Ben.
Thanks, Dan.
And thanks, Roman.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. Me and Ben are actually starting our own offshoot podcast. It's called Happy Clappers.
Oh my God.
We're sick of the negativity that you guys are bringing to this podcast.
We were very positive tonight. we did not take Ben and I starting one. Sorry, Sam and I starting one called Angry Old Man.
Yeah.
Wasn't that last week's?
I thought we agreed on positive applause, but
Positive applause.
No, I've probably missed
Tune
something
in.
now because Lauren just interrupted my flow.
Sorry.
But thanks everybody on the chat, and thank you, Nuz. That's who I was going to say thank you to as well. Thanks, Nuz, for popping in tonight. It's been a great episode, and we will catch you hopefully with another win for the Crows this weekend. We'll see you next week.
Let's go.
Bye. Let's go.
Crows.